So, okay, let's get started. Again, thank you very much for joining us. I know that there are a lot of really great presentations out there from a lot of different people, so thank you for taking the time and joining me on this one. And what we want to talk about on this presentation is how you can effectively do better in customer service so that you can make those dollars at the end of the day, right? You don't have to take notes because you can actually download this if you want at the end of the segment. But why is customer service so important, especially nowadays? Social media. Yeah. So for the longest time, this industry had a really hard time keeping up, right? I'm a big fan of Beneath the Sea, the show. It's a great show. Has anyone ever been in New Jersey, in Chicago? So 2 years ago, they made an announcement saying, we're on Twitter. That would have been a really great announcement to make like 8 years ago. So just to give you an idea, you know, this industry is a little bit behind when it comes to social media, and people are finally starting to embrace it. Millennials, my generation, were playing a bigger role in this industry. But your customers are on it. I mean, we're all on social media, right? We all do all our fun stuff on social media. We all go ahead and do our reviews before we buy a product. We inform ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover some statistics. They come from Forbes, and we're basically going to analyze them. And then we're going to understand why they're important and what you need to do with them. The first one, the most groundbreaking one, is that 81% of all consumers perform online research about products before they make a purchase. Why is this important?
Because they know more than you.
They know more than you. Well, here's the thing, right? People want to buy. People don't want to be sold. So they do their own research. They find the product that they want. They walk into a store and they say, this is what I want. How much is it? What's the warranty? That's it. I don't want to be sold. I don't want to be bullied. Okay? My position is VP of Sales. I hate that title. You know, I hate, because automatically sales, oh, used car salesman, you know, he's a bully. How many times have you walked out of a store and you look at the bag when you get into your car and it's like, I didn't really want that. You know, you almost feel pressure into buying things. So consumers nowadays, they go ahead, they do their own research, and your job is really just to close that deal. So that was an interesting stat.
Let's
Now,
make it an easy sale then.
it's yours to lose, right?
Come in, they want to know what they want, they buy it.
So 90% of customers say that buying decisions are influenced by online reviews. Who has their own website here? Do you have a place in your website where you allow customers to give reviews?
Yes.
You do? Okay. You respond to them? Very important, right? When someone has an issue, when someone has a complaint, what do? They vent. Well, they can do it on your site, or worse, they go on Yelp, or they go on other social media that you don't have control of. So by having that review portion in your website, you actually can control it a little bit, or you can react, you can put out the fire, you can address it. But more importantly, you also know what you're doing wrong, right? What you can do a little bit better. So for every customer who bothers to complain, 26 other customers remain silent. This is huge. I walk into Brian's office, my boss, right? And I say, hey, Brian, look, this guy said that, you know, this manual is not that good. He's like, how many people? Well, 1. So now I have this little stat over here, okay? Keep in mind that 1 negative review, you probably need to address it, because just because you don't see that full force of complaint coming as in phone calls or being written or being put online, doesn't mean other people are thinking it. So keep in mind that there are a lot of other people that may have that same feeling. Resolve a complaint in the customer's favor, and they will do business with you 70% of the time. This is huge. This is one of the things that we're really good at, actually, at our agency. But someone has a complaint, fix it, address it, right? If it's online, it's even better, because you can, you know, write up what you're doing or what you're going to do. Come see us, come talk to us, and other people are going to read that, and they're going to say, wow, you know, these guys really took care of their customers. So what happens nowadays is everyone's on Twitter, right? Everyone's complaining on Twitter, on social media, especially to the mega companies, to the larger companies. That's a really good platform for you to show that you care about your customers. Loyal customers are worth up to 10 times as their first purchase. Why? Why is this? I want to take a guess. Sure. But you didn't have to make any kind of investment to try to get that customer, right? They're already your customer. So for a new customer, ads, value, earning that trust, that's really difficult. I mean, I can lose someone's trust 3 seconds. I've got to earn it every day. Once you have that customer in there, they're going to buy from you because they trust you. You're going to take care of them. They know that. So a lot of dive stores, they're like, yeah, you know what we do is open waters. We sell them equipment, then they're out the door. We're done. Continuing education is huge. Those guys are coming back for more classes. You're keeping them motivated. They're buying equipment for you. They're going on trips with you. There is a 5 to 20% probability of selling to a new prospect. That trust is already there. People walk in the store and say, you know what, my regulator's old. What else you got? What's new? You know, show me the new stuff. It's a lot easier to sell to them, right? There is a 60 to 70% probability of selling to an existing customer. They already have that trust, as you just said. So keep those customers loyal. Take care of them. Don't drop the ball. If you say you're going to do something, do it. So this is a good one. You may think you're offering excellent customer service, but are you? Who thinks here that they give great customer service? Come on, everyone does, right? Everyone thinks they're all giving great customer service, right? Yeah. So here's a fun stat. 80% of companies complain superior service. 8% of the customers agree. Yeah, it's kind of shocking. One of the things that we claim that we do well is customer service, and we try to get feedback. I'd like to say that all the great things that SDI, TDI, ERDI has done has been because we thought them up. No, it hasn't. It's because of the people sitting in front of us saying, you know, it'd be really great if you could do this. It'd be really great if we could print our own cards in our store. You know, that sort of thing. So we got to a point about 4 years ago where we were just growing tremendously, and we said we need to start thinking a little bit more like a corporation. And what we did was we installed that service where you call in, press 1 for sales, press 2 for shipping. I hate that too. So we did this, right? Because we needed to be bigger, and you know, we didn't have enough manpower on the phones. And I was the regional manager for the Northeast, and I'm driving on the road, and I have to call in because I need an order placed or whatever, and I'm calling in, and I'm hearing this. It's horrible. So Brian does the same. Brian comes in, he goes out, he needs to call me because he needs to yell at me about something. And we're all hearing this. I'm like, that's not us. So we had it for about 3 weeks, and we got rid of it. So how do we maintain that volume of calls, right? We have the people in training and membership services, all instructors, all perfectly capable of answering any type of question that comes in because they have the knowledge. A lot of them worked on the other side of the counter as far as retail goes. But when they're all swamped, you have myself, you have Paul, you have Stephanie, you have Sean Harrison, all seniors at the company. We're on the second ring. You have no idea how many times I pick up the phone and people say, Chris, why are you answering the phone? I guess everyone else is busy. So it's a good thing. But you have to maintain that customer service. If you can do that, that's value in itself right there. Yeah, I got to go back. 80% of Americans agree that smaller companies have stronger customer service. So something else that we did was we basically tried to allow our customers to reach us even easier. We had the chat feature. Has anyone tried the chat feature on our site? No? So sometimes people don't want to go through the whole writing of an email. They want an immediate answer. But sometimes people just don't want to talk to anyone. You know, they don't want to say hello. And that's fine. You know, we all like instant gratification. So we opened up this chat feature. So now you, your students, anyone can basically come onto our site and just have a quick chat. I lost my card. I'm leaving tomorrow. What can I do? So it's finding different ways to get your people to communicate with you. And being a smaller company compared to our competitors that are owned by Lincolnshire or Providence or Head Sports, you know, we do our best. We do what we can to maintain that level of customer service without being a blind corporate face. My business card has my cell phone. Now, granted, the cell phone's given to me by the company. You call it at 11 o'clock, I'll probably answer it. Which is funny because I have a rep, Buddy Brown from the Southeast, and he likes calling me on Sundays when he's visiting with a dealer. And usually the call goes like this. Hey, Chris, I'm just here with a new potential deal, and I just wanted to show that you will pick up your phone at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning. I'm like, you're welcome, buddy. Thanks. And then I can hear, see, I told you. So you can be big, but you have to serve at that local level. 3 in 5 Americans would try a new brand for better service experience. So, is there any loyalty to a brand anymore? No. Why not? It's all about me, right? It's all about me. If you're a big brand, you're a big corporation, who do you answer to? Your customers or the people that bought you? So there really isn't any kind of brand loyalty anymore. People are looking for that experience. They're looking for the value. They're looking for who's going to take care of me, who's going to make my life better, who's going to bring me from point A to point B without charging me every single time they get an opportunity. So offer that. You know, I just did an article about 2 weeks ago. It was in our newsletter, and it's called Stop Discounting, Add Value. That's what people want at the end of the day. When you're selling, make sure that you're selling the benefits of something, not the features. People don't want to buy features. People don't want to buy a wreck diving course. What they want to do is they want to have the ability to dive a wreck because they're history buffs and there's a World War II sub right off the coast of where they live. That's what you got to sell. 9 out of 10 customers say they would pay more to ensure customer service. Now, there are a lot of people that look for cheap, right? But this is scuba diving, okay? It's not buying something on Amazon. It's not buying a thing. I mean, you're taking someone diving in an environment that's not really made for them. Unless they have a tank, a regulator, they're gonna die. So show them the value of taking a class, show them the value of what you offer, tell them why your course is more expensive than the one down the road. That's what you're selling. You're not selling an open water class. You're not selling an advanced course. You're not selling a rescue diver course. You're selling what those courses do. People will pay more. Just give them the value. Give them the benefit. So I use this example a lot, but Apple, they came out with a really, really great tagline advertising when they came up with their iPod. And it went something like 10,000 songs in your pocket. That speaks to me, right? They could have easily just said 64 gigs. I have no idea what that means. That does absolutely nothing to me. 10,000 songs in my pocket? Yeah. Next time I fly to LA from Florida, which is a 6-hour flight, I can hear my whole Beatles collection. So it's speaking to me, right? So when you're selling, make sure that you are selling those benefits. That's what gives it value. That's what will allow you to maintain those higher prices from the competitors that are selling $99 scuba classes. No one here does that, right? 91% of unhappy customers will not willingly do business with you again. Sometimes they have to. You don't have a choice. But cable providers, I mean, how often do you switch just because their service was so horrible? And after 6 months, what they said the price was going to be no longer is. So don't give them that reason. You know, show them the value, show them make sure that they are loyal to you. What you want to do with your customers is you want them to sell for you. You want them to be your influencers. You all see the tags now that say influencers? So again, talking about how delayed this industry is, that's a term that's been around forever, and we're just kind of starting to use it now. Top 2 reasons for customer losses. What is number 1? Customers feel poorly treated. A lot of people think it has to do with money. I found it cheaper someplace else. You know, do you want to pay $5 for a haircut just because it's $5, or do you want to spend $50 because I look like this, I look like that, I look like that, I look like this, right? Failure to solve a problem in a timely manner. Don't drop the ball. If you say you're going to do something, do it. We all make mistakes. It happens. We make mistakes. But it's how we fix it, right? It's how we address it. So great, I just gave you a whole bunch of statistics. That's what you came here for, right? Just a whole bunch of numbers from Forbes magazine. So what does all this mean? What can you do about it? What can you do to make things better? What was your original question? How to increase sales through customer service? Well, embrace social media. You have to be on it. You have to give your customers a platform. Now, there's a lot of different platforms for social media, right? That doesn't mean join every single one and try to do it. I'm being directed over here by Rick that my mic is, sorry. Okay. Pick 2 platforms and be really, really good at them. Something that you don't want to do, which is a big mistake that we see in some dive centers, is they hire the 18-year-old kid to do the dive master apprenticeship, and he's got a Snapchat, so hey, let's put him in charge of social media. Don't do that. Okay? There has to be some kind of ROI. You have to do the metrics. You have to find out what Facebook posts will quantify into a lead. That's not just posting cool stuff and selfies and things like that. So have someone who understands social media so they can say, look, this is a good post. This post has value. People are going to share this. More importantly, and Darren, our marketing director sitting back there, gave this number out on a few of his presentations. But if you have a Facebook page, and it's a business page, only 2% of your customers see that. Did you know that? Unless you, yeah, it's pay for play now, or pay to play, right? So all the organic posts, they're not going to be that many people looking at them. It won't just show up on their wall. 2%. That's correct. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your influencers, your customers, they're out there sharing it, they're liking it. They're going to be your best salespeople. They're going to be the ones going out saying, they're fantastic. You got to go dive with them because they do a great job. They really took care of me. They're going to be your best salesperson. If I was a chef at a restaurant and I said, you need to come to my restaurant because I make the best pasta, you're going to be like, yeah, okay, that kind of creeped me out a little bit. But if I come up to you and I say, look, you know what, Katrin, they make the best pasta. I ate there last night. You have to go. Whenever you have the prices are ridiculously awesome. Go, try it out. You won't regret it. You're going there tonight, right? So let them sell for you, right? Let them promote you. But give them reason to do it. You know, the stuff that you put on Facebook, make sure it's got some kind of value. And I'm going to tell a little story here, which you've heard. You love this story. So I don't have any kids, right? My wife and I, we had a dog. We had a golden retriever. And we had to put her in a hotel for dogs because we were going to South America. It was the first time we were leaving her alone, and it kind of freaked us out a little bit. And we knew the owners of this place, so we're sitting there catching up. How are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Dog just wanted to go there and have fun. And the owner saw that we were getting that separation anxiety. Like, she's going to be okay. Do you have Facebook? We said, yeah, of course. Who doesn't? They said, well, like us on Facebook, and every day we'll post a picture. I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. So every day we're like, is it up yet? Is it up yet? Is it up? And these pictures sucked. I mean, they were crappy pictures, you know, pictures of the butt. You couldn't even see the head. Or when you did see the head, it was moving so fast, it was blurry. But what did we do? What did we do? We shared them with our friends because I want everyone to see this crappy picture of my dog. So what this company did was they put their name on it. They put their contact information. And I thought, wow, that's brilliant. Now, keep in mind, this story happened about 8 years ago, so we were just getting Facebook business pages. So I go down to Mexico to one of our dealers, and I say to them, you have to try this, you have to do this. It's a really great way to get your people engaged and to have them promote you, right? Have your customers do the selling for you. And I come back 6 months later, and I say, hey, Jenny, how'd it go? Was it organized? No, not really. I said, well, what happened? She goes, I don't know. We even hired a photographer, you know, just to take the picture so we could put it up on Facebook. And I don't know, it's just really not working. There's really zero engagement. And I say, show me what you're doing. So what they were doing was They'd go out on the boat at 6 a.m., right? They'd come back at around noon. And then as they would come out the boat, they'd line them up against the wall with a big dive flag in the back. They'd take a mug shot, put it up on Facebook. They looked like crap. Their hair's all over the place. Some people probably were green from seasickness. You know, they had the mask ring around their eyes. You know, they looked like they were ready for their siesta. They were sunglasses. They were all orange and, you know, white in the eyes. They were horrible pictures. Nobody wants, hey, look at me in Cancun having fun, like having a great time. They're horrible. They're bad. So I was like, look, this is your problem. That doesn't scream, I'm having a great time. So finally, they got it working. But use social media. Get your customers that way. Allow them to respond or to provide feedback, and then you have to respond to them. Okay? You have to engage back. Thank them. If it's a good post, say thanks, that's great, we hope to see you again. But have that engagement with them. That's how people talk now. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, it's just how it is. We decided about 2-3 years ago that we had to shut down Facebook from our office because people were getting a little too distracted. And I told Brian, I said, well, Brian, that's how I communicate. He's like, what do you mean? I said, all the customers in Latin America, that's how they talk to me, Facebook Messenger. He's like, oh, okay, well, I guess you're excused. Well, thank you. I can do my job. So he went to this content marketing meeting, which, by the way, brilliant thing, they give you all free Wi-Fi and the password. Why? So you can just be on social media. And you can tag things. You can do the hashtags or whatever. So, again, showing you a little bit how far behind DEMA is. It's something we should do, right? We should all be posting really cool stuff on social media from here, but it's almost impossible. The signal is horrible. So he came back from this conference, and he said, I want everyone on social media. I want everyone to interact, show what you're doing. If you're in shipping, take a picture of the manual, say, hey, these are going out, when are your manuals coming out? But be engaging, right? This is how we're always talking about, oh, we're not getting, you know, younger crowd. Try to get the younger crowd this way, because that is where they're at. It's funny, because we have this device, and we don't really even use it to talk. We just use it to text and to check our Facebook page. So, again, find 2 platforms that you may be really good at and focus on them. You don't have to go on all of them. Twitter's a good one. Instagram might be another one. But don't just give it to the young millennial and say, here, this is yours. It's your baby. Take care of it. Actually have someone that knows how to monitor it, how to do the analysis, and how they can provide the leads. So, hug your haters. This is always a good one. Every negative comment is an opportunity. Okay, so embrace it. Take those negative comments, find out what you can do better, address it in a timely manner. People will appreciate that. Like I said, we all make mistakes. No one expects any one of us to be perfect. Fix it though. Fix it in a timely manner, and the people that say negative things about your company, just embrace it. Find out, reach out to them, say, I'm sorry you had that experience. If you'd like to come in, we can help you. If they don't want to, then respect. So earn that respect. Like I said, it's very easy to lose. You have to earn it every day, though. Once you have that respect, though, customers will buy from you because I know you're going to take care of me, right? I know if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it, and if you screw up, you're going to own it. So that's about it. Like I said, 3 major points. Embrace social media. Don't let go of it. Hug your haters. Embrace those negative comments. Take them for what they were. I think it was Bill Gates that said every complaint is an opportunity. And just respect your customers. That respect's got to be mutual. So.
How do you get that PowerPoint? You said you get that PowerPoint?
Yes. So all these PowerPoints will be online. You can download them.
From DEMA?
No, they're going to be online on our site. Darren, do you know where they'll live when we put them up?
If you signed in,
Mm-hmm.
email, we're going to be emailing all presentations out, or at least a way to access them.
Are you guys doing all the presentations on sale and stuff like that?
Yeah, every presentation that we've had this week is going to be available on a PowerPoint or something before my desk.
You guys have slides, the sales presentation.
Say again?
Sales presentation, customer service presentation?
Yeah,
All of them.
all the ones that have been here the past 4 days.
So hopefully this was of some value. A lot of these things, they're already common sense. You kind of know you have to do it, but it just helps when you have someone else kind of reinforce it a little bit. So put it in another context. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And again, thank you very much for your time.